Hello everybody, it's Mandy Bullitt reporting for duty. I just wanted to do a short video to launch my YouTube channel, which I hope you'll enjoy. And all this process starts with the idea of telling my family history, my family story. In particular, a trip that was done to cross the Sahara Desert in 1958 with my mum was 21. When that journey was done, and with all her brothers and her parents and so on. And it's always been a story I've wanted to tell. Always wanted to be a writer. And I thought I would just, in the end, just film it, video it, and put it on the drive that I'd created a few years back when I scanned all the family photographs and shared them with my cousins around the world. And I thought I'll just put it on there. And then I thought, well, I might as well put it on YouTube, see if anybody else is interested in it. And then I started thinking about it would end up being a book, and I was talking to a girl in my local bank, and I was telling her about it. She said, well, why would you want to, what happened, what did you do? And what was the story, you know, what's the story, why tell it? And I said, well, I think everybody's family has a story to tell, and it's unique, you know, we all have a unique story, or even if we've lived the same events, we all have a unique version to that story. When I told her, and she said, oh, I want to be reading that. I want to read that story. No, you must publish it. You must write it. You must publish it. So, and most people respond that way because it is an interesting story. When you think about the time that it was done, you know, 1958, they used to have to travel by night because the sand in the desert goes hard, and they travel by night in order to be able to follow the Southern Star to keep on track on the route. But they also had to stay in the desert for 3 months because of the rainy season, which people don't understand. But anyway, it's the desert, but they have a rainy season. So yes, I want to tell that story, and of course then, because it's relevant to me, because if that trip hadn't happened, then my mum wouldn't have met my dad, who was a civil engineer working in Nigeria at the time. And then if they hadn't have gone on a honeymoon trip around Europe and gone to Mallorca, they wouldn't have bought a house here up in the mountains where, before I was born. And then they decided that they wouldn't go back to England when they had to leave Nigeria. They would have to stay. They wanted to go to Mallorca. My dad loved the heat. He'd actually been in Nigeria since 1947. So I thought I have to tell the story, and it's going to be a video because why not? You know, why not go in at the deep end, out of my comfort zone? There's other reasons why I'm doing it this way, but I thought, well, do it this way. And I still don't know how I'm going to edit the videos. I can't do it on my phone. I'll try again in a minute, but I really can't do it. I've tried before, but I'll do it, have another go. But I do want to launch this today because I sort of said to myself, no, today's the day. And so, yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you subscribe. That sounds really naff to say that, doesn't it? You do what you want to do. I always think, I really do believe this, that your market finds you. So I'm sure that there'll be people watching this thing, what on earth is she on about? Why does she think? And other people think, wow, this sounds interesting. I'm going to look, you know, even if most of them are going to be family members. So that'll be interesting because it is a sort of collaborative way of doing it. Tell my side of it. I've asked some questions to family members and so on, because certain things I don't know, because I don't want to talk about, do specific videos on my dad and then on my mum, you know, because it's not just the family crossing the Sahara, but also on my dad's side of the family, the majority of his uncles, I think there were four or five uncles of his that emigrated to the United States in like 1880s or so on. My dad was born in 1919, and he was much older than my mum. But so there's on that side of the family that's also fascinating story, and I really don't know that much about that story. I know some bits, but I don't know all of it. So it's just a case also of telling the story for family, and also for family that I don't get to see a lot, like my nieces who live abroad. I don't have any family living with me on Mallorca. So yeah, it's just a case of whilst my brain's sort of working and whilst my memory is still okay, just to tell the story of what a family was like, if they have certain traits, we'll think, where on earth does that come from? You know, they'll be able to know it's the nutters on the which side of the family they can blame, basically. You know, we all do that, so what should be any different? Anyway, so yeah, so that's it. I'm not going to edit this. This is the way it's going to be. And yeah, it's the content that's more interesting to me, so I'm going to try and work that out. Okay then, well, it's early evening here in Mallorca, so I hope you enjoy yourselves, and just let me know how you find this video. Thank you. Bye.